Hey, what's up you guys? It's Sammy here. Welcome to the channel. Today I'm making a fanny pack or crossbody bag, whatever you want to call it. This is not my pattern. I found it on Pinterest. It's by Sailrite. They have a tutorial as well on their channel on how to make it. So this is more just how I did it with my domestic sewing machine. If you have a heavy duty or an industrial, like I hope to have one day, this is the project for you. It's so much fun. It's so easy. And it makes for a great mountain biking bag. So let's get into it. We are starting off by cutting our pattern pieces, as anyone does when they're prepping for a project. The fabric I chose to use is a nylon schuss, and I think the other one was a polar shield. I can't quite remember, but it had a felted backing to make the pouch a little bit more comfortable on your hip. I chose these fabrics because they're lightweight as well as water resistant. In the Sailrite tutorial, they are using a Cordura fabric, which is a bit thicker, and I would have loved to go with the Cordura, but I've got to be nice to my machine. She cannot handle the thickness of that fabric mixed with the rest of the materials we'll be using. Now that we have our pattern cut, I've marked where we are putting our grosgrain reflective webbing, then traced and cut out the top zipper. Now that we have our front pocket marked, we're cutting 2-inch reflective pieces, pinning them in place as well as sewing them, and then we're going to attach the zipper to the front pocket and top stitch that. So now that we have our front pocket somewhat finished, we are moving on to the side pieces now. We're cutting 4.5 inches of our other reflective webbing and attaching it there. We've attached the side pieces to the front pocket and are adding binding to the raw edges on the inside just to give it a cleaner and finished look. We will then top stitch the sides and add a sender logo to the front. Setting aside what we have just done, our next step is to work on the top of the bag. I've got a 9.5-inch zipper and I'm attaching it to the piece that we had previously cut at the beginning of the video and adding a top stitch.
Don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn those notifications on.
Alright, let's get that attached to the rest of the bag now. I've also grabbed my back piece and I'm pinning them to the top and bottom of the front pocket. After those are sewn and attached, I'll be adding more binding to the raw edges on the inside. This part will probably be super confusing since I forgot to film the pinning process, so my apologies here, but I'll slow down the clips and try to explain what we're doing the best I can. Okay, our top, bottom, and side pieces are all attached to the front pocket. So what we need to do now is connect the sides to the top and bottom piece. This part gets a little awkward and tricky. What we're going to do is sew all 4 corners and add binding on the inside. And then once we're done that, we'll move on to the belt strap and get ready to add the back and final piece. cutting 2 pieces of webbing, one at 20 inches and the second at 30. Once we cut those, we're going to add one part of our belt clasp onto the shorter piece, pin it to our side strap, sew and top stitch. For our longer strap, we are going to be repeating this, but not adding the belt clasp yet. We are just sewing on the webbing to our side strap. Totally thought that I recorded this part, but I guess I didn't. So what I did was grab the final back piece of the bag and pinned the straps 1 inch from the top, and now I'm sewing that on. We are on the final stretch. We're pinning the back panel and straps onto the rest of the bag, sewing that up and adding some binding. Then we'll flip it right side out and add the cording on the front. Right, we're basically done now. All I'm doing here is adding that final clasp, folding the edge over a couple times and sewing over top so it can't fall off the strap itself, and then doing the same thing on the other side just so it doesn't move around when it's on, and then adding the cording and we will be good. All right, you guys, that is it for today's video. I hope you enjoyed watching it as much as I enjoyed making it. Please don't forget to leave a like and subscribe. Also, comment down below on what you want to see next or what I can change in my editing. Just some feedback in general. I will see you in the next one. Bye.